married my sister, now we're living together. We're roommates-in-law.
Shit, we both went low that time.
What's fun? We got to mix it up. We've been going high and low.
Yeah.
So this is nice. Sometimes you got to be on the same page. I'm not mad at that.
All right, little 1-2 punch down low.
Hey, I think I recognize that background. Are you in the great state of Minnesota?
I am. I'm in my parents' basement.
Oh,
Finally.
shit.
That's where all the old material gets cooked up, is down here in the parents' basement. Doing a little writer's retreat here on the couch.
Man. Be expecting some hot and delicious new coming out here pretty soon.
Dude.
Hey, cheers. Is this a coffee pod, Tom?
The coffee pod. Look at that. Hey, will you move your camera down a little bit so you're not you're tiny right now? There you go.
Am I bigger now?
Now you're huge, dude.
Do I look huge now? How do my shoulders look? Fucking jacked.
Broad as hell.
Broad as hell, dude. You look like you do the 100-meter freestyle with those shoulders.
Absolutely. A little.
Swimmers are known for their shoulders, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, swimmers are just like.
They got a pretty wide frame.
Swimmers are kind of a next level bod.
It's true. They have no ass and then like weird
they
legs.
Don't. That is true. They have no ass.
They really kind of puff all the way out here at the top.
Yeah, it's wild.
Like Michael Phelps in his prime was a strange looking being.
Yeah, it's a little like, it's kind of like how they depict aliens in some movies.
Yeah. Like I think if people came down to Earth, they'd be like, well, those are different.
Yeah. Some of them are walking around with these like long ass limbs and
they have the big ass mitts. They're kind of like tailor, like swimmers, like baseball players. You can just like acquire that skill. I think.
Yeah.
Swimmers are. They were born to be a swimmer.
Yeah.
Right.
I know some good swimmers that they were good, but they didn't have the bod.
Yeah. Gotta have it.
Yeah, you need it.
You just see this 6'4" freak of nature walking down. You're like, well, I'm done. Sorry about that.
He's better in water, I bet.
It looks like he's gonna get about 14 gold medals.
Wait, Tim, we're not even roommates.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that. We're also not even brothers-in-law,
but we are good pals.
Friends alert, dude! Alert the authorities. Tom, how about this for some wholesome content? Wholesome content alert, everybody!
I would love some wholesome tent.
So I'm in my room the other day. I get a call, cell phone call, not a text, call.
Big old call
from the landlord.
Okay.
And I'm going, ruh-roh. You know, your first thought isn't like, no, here's good news.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't heard from him in a while. Thank God he's calling.
Yeah, rent's going down. This is great. I was like, oh, fuck. So I'm like running in. I'm like, Lizzie, we paid rent, right? Like, and our money was
before
good,
you answered,
right? Huh? Yeah, I was, I go full free. You know how my brain works. I spiral all the way to the bottom of the earth.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, of course. I'm like, okay. So I answer the phone and he's like, hey, Tim, come to the back window. I'm like, all right. I walk into our kitchen to the back window. He's standing there with 2 tomatoes. I open up the window, open up the blind. And he's like, hey, fresh from the garden.
That
he
rips.
Goes, make a salad. I was like, this rules.
This rules. Salad? He's like, hey, mix in a salad once in a while.
Hey, he's like, you look bad.
Those were not fresh from the garden. He bought those at the store.
He just hands me a glass of water.
He's like, stay hydrated, dude. Jesus.
He's like, also, come back here. Come to the front door. Get a steroid shot. I'm going to get you a little steroid shot in the ass. You look exhausted, Tim.
Salad is so funny, but that is so cute.
Is that not the most wholesome thing you've ever? Because he's like he's like a small man. He's like a small, sweet man.
Yeah,
and that's
you love this guy. You've talked about him a lot.
He's the king. I'm sorry. This is the nicest guy. This is very not New York landlord.
That's why it's really sticking with you. It's like, that's some Minnesota shit right there.
That's so uncommon. It's some Louisiana shit.
Yeah.
This is very
it's basically anywhere. It's like there are good neighbors everywhere except New
here.
York.
Except here. But my man just hands me 2 maters, tells me to make a salad, gives me a little slap on the ass. He's like, you get back in there, buddy.
That's amazing. He's like, you get back in there. You have sex with my other tenant. your
Hey, I hope you're really putting it on that other tenant I've got in here. I'm like, you mean my fiance? He's like, yeah, whatever her name is.
Yeah, whatever. She's on the lease. Wait,
My
that's so funny.
fiance.
You'll never guess what I was just doing before this.
Making a salad?
I was picking tomatoes with my 1.5-year-old nephew.
There's no way that's true.
I'm not kidding.
That rules.
Yeah, it's really a weird kind of broken universe or broken matrix moment here for us.
Did y'all get any keepers? You got some big ones?
Oh, dude, my parents, because between my parents and my brother, they're both like insane, like urban farmers.
What's it called? They have a green thumb. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, I think, and too much time or something, you know.
Sure. Well, they have time to relax and enjoy their lives and explore the fun world of veggies.
I mean, we've got two, because my brother lives right behind. My brother lives in the house like across the alley from my parents. So it's all kind of like we're all
Wait,
right
why
here.
did I think your brother lived in like the deep forest?
Because that's his vibe. Because
he lives like right down the street?
Oh, he lives in the city in a city house on a city plot.
Oh, this is blowing my mind. Wait,
and he's got
his Instagram name is like Nick in the Deep Woods or something.
That's true. It is Nick in the North Woods. Well, most of the stuff he posted from like from the Deep Woods.
I always thought he was like foraging for food and like
he does this like in the
city. That's just called grocery shopping, Tom.
No, dude, he's doing it on like public land, and his yard is wild. He's got chickens. He's got like a million gardens.
Okay.
So
it's not like a city. It's not like an apartment building. It's a home with like a big backyard, and then he's like
house with a little
green back there. Okay.
Yeah. But then we're on, you got boulevards as well.
Love a boulevard.
And that's where we got all these veggies. And his little 1.5-year-old kid is just walking around going, Lolos. That's what he calls tomatoes. And
that's kind of a sick nickname.
Yeah, I know. It is kind of tight. He just picks them himself too and eats them. I just watched him eat 28 tomatoes before 9 a.m.
This kid's gonna be in great shape. I mean, that's not a bad diet.
No, he's mixing in salads left and right. He's got to get in touch with your landlord. I really love that he said, make a salad.
Make a salad. Now that I think about it, he was pretty condescending about it. Actually, you know what? Fuck this guy. He did.
He's like, now in your head, he was like, hey, make a fucking salad.
Well, when I opened the window, he did sigh very deeply. He was just like, oh, God.
You're a little out of breath from opening the window.
Hey, what's up, man? Oh, God, make a salad or something. This is gross.
I guess, take these. I was going to tell you rent was going up, but I guess take these tomatoes.
I'm turning around. I'm like, it's pretty wholesome. Thanks, man. He turns around. He's like, that guy looks bad.
No, you look good, Timmy.
Oh, thanks, Tom. So what do we got? You got in. You hit the red eye. How was the red eye?
I hit the red eye in from LA. I'd like to point this out to our listeners. We were supposed to record yesterday, but Tim said he was feeling a little tired, and so he goes, "How about we record after Tom gets off plane that he slept on for 3 hours with strangers."
Oh, so you got a pretty good amount of sleep, so you're not that tired? Is that what you're telling me?
3 hours.
Yeah, why don't we record after I get like a full night's sleep and then
Oh, 3 is full to you?
Well, I mean, it's a red. How long was the flight?
It's like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, so you slept the whole time on the flight. You got home and you slept again?
Took a little nap, but in total I'm putting in 5 in the last
sleepy time, Tom. I was just absolutely pooperinoed. And we've talked about this. The morning pods are always better.
Yeah, it's a good thing I'm absolutely wired right now. So
you're blasting a coffee? Come on.
I just love it. You know what sucks? It doesn't suck, actually. It kind of worked out. I didn't put it together. I was like, oh yeah, Tim's tired, so we'll just do it tomorrow morning. But I didn't put it together in my head that I would now be tired.
Oh wait, shit. We just can never do the pod because one of us always is like a little sleepy.
Like we're up. We're not sleeping.
No, we're just like a little
pretty tired.
Sleepy. I was in one of those yesterday where like you've like just been at it all day and like the Adderall's kind of coming down and the coffee's all wearing off and I could just see myself doing the pod, just like staring at it while you tell me something. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been fun.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's sometimes life is crazy like that. Did I tell you about the tomatoes?
No. All right. Well, that's kind of all I had. Anyways,
Tom, riddle me this. Is there a better feeling that when you go to a stand-up comedy show? We both do stand-up comedy for any of the listeners that don't know this.
Yeah. Check out our websites for dates. Do you got to re-up your website, by the way?
I did. I just did.
Oh, okay. Because I've been putting it in the description, and recently I clicked on it, and it said the domain was up for sale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And let me tell
Big
you what,
mistake, Tom.
I almost bought it.
That would have been cold-blooded. You like buy it from just some weird alias. I had to give you $6,000 to get it back.
Yeah. I'm like, weird. I hate when that happens.
I'm like, wait, this guy's got the same Venmo that Tom has. It's just old Tommy Smith. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Sorry.
I had to hit the re-up button on that one. Yeah, because somebody reached out to me and they're like, hey, your website's dead. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Also, you're like,
life just doesn't end.
What are you doing on my website?
Yeah, I was like, get off of there. There's nothing on there for you. The hell are you doing on my website?
It's like a major talent agent.
And I'm like, hey, dude, just, I don't know, hit me up on my cell phone. He's like, how do I have your cell phone number? I'm like, fuck, that's your job to figure out, isn't it? Tom, I got a little feedback. Everybody, it's a regional thing. Paper, rock, scissors versus rock, paper, scissors.
You got body bagged in this one, dude.
What? No, let me guess. Everyone from Minnesota reached out to you, and then everybody from the South reached out to me.
We got it on the Roommates in Law Instagram.
Yeah, no, I got texts. I got individual messages.
I didn't see any of these. I didn't see these receipts. I'm gonna need to see a couple of these.
I'm gonna look. Here you go. Fucking receipts right there, dude.
It's just your phone background.
No, but it's got to be a regional thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Also, paper, rock, scissors, alphabetical order. So I don't know.
Because that's how everything works.
That's how sentences work. I know that.
Anyway,
man. I don't know, but I mean, I still got to go with after this duck, gray duck incident.
Yeah, that is regional. That is just Minnesota. It's not even regional. It's just a Minnesota thing.
Isn't that bizarre how that happens? Why does that happen?
I don't know, because that one was a huge miss.
It's not one of those things where I'm like, oh, I've heard of that. We just don't say that.
When it doesn't even make sense. It would make more sense if it was like duck, eagle.
Literally
any other. Yeah, gray duck isn't a thing.
Is that even a type of duck?
No, I don't think so. Not as far as I know.
I feel like maybe you just misheard. What was that drink your parents made me that I'd never heard of? This is why you love going to little places you've never been. It's like the Christmas bev. Comes out once a year.
Tom and Jerry.
A Tom and Jay. Wait,
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Tom and Jerry. Yeah.
Is that just the ice cream?
What? Yeah. It's like the frozen batter. Yeah. And then it's in like hot water with rum and brandy.
It's fucking
delicious. So good, dude. You have one of those and throw in a Christmas movie. Ooh, you will have
not too
nice
shabby
little nap.
That's what I was. That's what I was kind of, because they were like, Tim, you want a Tom and Jerry? And I was like, kind of all set on a fat bowl of ice cream right now. And they were like, brother, come on now. So it made me this delicious bev, and then I just wanted to put in Home Alone so bad.
Yeah, it's such a good Christmas because it's like cinnamony and rum. Oh,
it also looks really Christmassy because it's like white on top, but it's got the little cinnamon sprinkle on there.
God, I can't wait for Christmas.
I know. I'm a Christmas guy through and through. Tom, have you heard this theory? If you like Halloween more, your parents are probably divorced. If you like Christmas more, parents probably stay together. What say you on that?
I've never heard it, but that checks out. That
doesn't it check out?
I mean, that seems perfect. That seems like a great theory.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to call that a theory. I'm going to call that a statement of fact.
These are this is researched and thoroughly vetted facts. Yeah. I couldn't agree more. Yeah. Lizzie, Halloween.
Lizzie's like, Timmy? But Lizzie's also not the. She's not your standard. I like Halloween better than Christmas. Lizzie likes Halloween better than every other day.
Lizzie likes Halloween more than most people in her life. Like she would rather celebrate Halloween than probably spend any more time with me.
Yeah, probably. If it was like she had the choice right now, you could spend every day with Tim or every day could be Halloween, what would she pick?
It's just me standing there and then a Jason mask, and she's like, I kind of got to go with the Jason mask, honestly.
Like, Tim, you get it.
I would kind of know that I didn't have a chance. If somebody had a gun to my head and she's like, look, if she goes Jason mask, you're out. I'm like, all right. I had a very okay run.
All right. Give Tom some of my jokes.
Like,
Wait, yeah, I interrupted you. You said, is there anything better than going to a stand-up show?
And you're going there to watch a pal. Show's fun. You're having a good time. And then they sneak up by you and they go, hey, you want to do 10?
Oh God. Yes.
And you're going,
this is music to my ears, Tim.
You're going, yes, I wanted. Of course.
Of course. Why do you think I'm here? You think I'm here to support a friend?
Support my friend? Come on.
Get out of here. You don't
give
have
me
a rat
10 for
some
Christ's
cheese.
sake. I mean, that's just nothing better than that feeling. Because you go there, and I was like 2 beers in, so I was like feeling great.
Yeah.
And they say, hey, want to do 10? Would love to do 10. Would love.
There's almost nothing I'd like to do more than 10.
It just really warms your heart. And you're like, oh, there we go. There's a little purpose in my life.
Yeah, that rules. I love a little purpose. God, we're in a weird place where 10 minutes is that can really significantly impact my mental health. A good 10.
I mean, I woke up the next day. I like sprung out of bed on a Sunday morning at like 7 a.m. Went for a nice long walk. You just feel good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I had a good I had a good 3 kind of make my week on Monday.
Good. I didn't know those sets existed.
That's how all the clubs do their like mic or like, basically like evaluation sets.
3?
Yeah, the Comedy Store potluck show on Mondays where it's kind of like a mic, but it's like you submit via email and it's like pre-booked mic.
Okay.
Those are 3-minute sets.
Good,
and you don't run the light. Yeah, and it's crazy because you get picked at noon, so then you have like 5 hours or 6 hours to be like, all right, what do I do for 3?
Guess I gotta put together my 3, man.
And then
I mean, what's the move? You just gotta have 6 30-second jokes.
You just gotta, you gotta do your tightest shit. Just kind of rip it up.
Boopity.
Also, there's a lot of poo-poo Magoo in there, so you want to just play the hits and really stand out, and you can. That's what happened Monday. The kid got in there and cooked a little bit, and then found out no one of importance was in the room.
God,
and that's just the way that this business fucking works.
See, now that's the flip side of getting tossed up.
Yeah,
is when you get tossed up at a show and like no one's really like no one's really there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like if Tom does 3 in the 4.
If a tree gets up at the open mic, did it ever even fall?
That's exactly what it is, because you're like, but like for my little sitch, like it was like kind of packed and there was like a lot of people you respect there. So I was like, fuck yes.
Yes.
God, turning in a heater and then no one knowing is
what?
You're like, can I send a clip to somebody? Like, are you in contact with the person that you need to be in contact with? How good are you at your job and passing along information?
Yeah, I'm like, do you guys debrief? Is this? But you know what sucks is like, I want to just live in the world where I'm just happy that it went well.
Okay, well, lol, that'll never happen.
I would really love to not I would love to not want an immediate reward for doing well, other than it went well.
No, that world's long gone. That was the world of open mics, Tom.
Yeah, well,
I guess you were at an open mic.
It was an open mic, yeah. God,
wait, that blows. That's just like full luck of the draw. Like the booker, the whoever, the whatever, they just weren't there.
Theoretically, that they're there. I've done that now like 4 times or 3 times, and only one of the times there was like an assistant booker in the room.
God.
But it's like also like, I would never be in the room either.
Sure.
It's horrible.
You're the booker of the Comedy Store. You're not gonna be like, I gotta get to that mic.
Yeah, Tom's doing 3.
Damn, there's like 38 absolute morons about to do 3.
Yeah. Also, it's like the day after their employee party, so I didn't stand a chance.
No, you had no chance. But I don't know. I mean, they film it, right?
Word spreds. No, they don't film it, but word spreads. You know?
Good. Yeah, wordles spread.
Words. Yeah. It was
How many times?
Memorable 3.
How many times have you been picked on that mic though? Fairly regularly?
No, like 4 times.
4 times.
Well, you're not allowed to do it for like a few months after you do it. So that's the good news.
What we've got here is an airtight system, Tom. What we've got here is a nice merit-based, you do well, you advance system.
Yes. What I'm telling you is I will be in at the Comedy Store probably any minute now.
Shortly, I would imagine.
That's why I keep checking my phone. I would just assume they're calling.
The email title is just called Hot 3 Minutes.
Yeah. And then and it just says, "Hey, Tom, come to the back window. I got something for you." It's a golden microphone.
They just hand you all your dates out of the back window. They're like, "Now get out of here. Make a salad.
Make a fucking salad."
Damn it. I did not interpret that as an insult until you just said that.
Well, sorry. I'm, feeling cynical this morning.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, you had to sleep on a flight. That sounds brutal.
Dude, I had one of these. This is like, has this ever happened to you? You get a window seat, but the window is poorly placed on the seat. It's too far back. So, like, when you lean on it, you're in a hole.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I was at last night, and I couldn't quite get comfy.
See, my problem with the no man's land window is who's in charge of the window.
You got to just go.
You got to just take control?
Majority. Or you just take control. I mean, you rarely have a pure 50-50.
Sometimes you do, though. Here's my little theory. You want to hear my theory? My theory is if it's 50-50 on the front of you, that's your window.
That's your window. Yeah. It's more in
50-50 on the back.
That's not
that might not be your window.
I will say this, though. If you take control early, you can kind of claim it.
Yeah, you do kind of dominate. It's the armrest situation. You get in there, you establish dominance, and people typically don't want to ruffle any feathers.
Armrest, there's more of an unspoken rule that it's middle. Middle gets the armrest.
Middle gets all the armrests?
Uh-huh.
Didn't know that. Ruh-roh.
I've been
pissing off people left and right.
Dominance on every flight that I'm on.
I'm also just like, hey, can you hold this bag for me the entire flight?
Thank you. It just doesn't fit under the seat in front of me.
Sorry. Also, I got
tight.
Got all these crumbs on me from the cookie. Can I just put these on your lap? It's Biscoff kind of got all over me.
It's a Biscoff. I went full Crumb City over here.
I still can't believe no one in the airline industry. They must have a great deal with Biscoff. Mr. Delta and Mr. Biscoff must go back years and years and years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they were on fucking Epstein's Island together or something.
Just a standalone contract. You buy Biscoff cookies in perpetuity, and we will make your flights messy. That's just what it is.
Delta's like, fine, but only for your only customer. Because I've never seen a Biscoff cookie in the wild.
I think if I went to a supermarket and was like, "Where's the Biscoff?" They'd be like, "Who? Leave." What do you want cookies for? Go make a salad.
Not the airport. Make a salad.
Really? You're looking for cookies right now? How about a salad?
Oh God! It's your landlord. Everyone in New York just starts handing you salad ingredients.
What the hell is going on?
Is there any better feeling than when you're at a stand-up show and someone walks up to you with just like a bunch of fresh strawberries and they're like, "Hey, dude, this is for your salad."
Dude, oh, Tim, I didn't think I'd see you tonight. Look, I got this fresh romaine for your salads. Also, do you have any friends here that want to do 10?
Oh, God.
Shout out Val, Landlord Val, the absolute king.
Landlord Val, is he Polish?
You better believe he is.
Hell yeah.
Somebody had a really great joke about Polish names. They're like, yeah, my landlord's Polish. His name looks like a suggested password.
That's really good. Damn,
that's very solid. Very solid.
I heard a joke via Jeff Asmus that John Marco Cerezi did. Can I don't want to burn his shit. Can I tell him?
I think you'll be all right. Yeah.
I mean, I've told 300 people this joke. John Marco Cerezi, very funny man. He apparently said it after, like, when he was hosting and someone told a child porn joke, and he comes up with this one in his back pocket. He goes, you're not supposed to call it child porn anymore. It's child sex abuse videos. It's not child porn, it's child sex abuse videos. But like, that's a lot to type with one hand.
Damn it.
It's
Boy,
so good.
That one's right there.
It's right there.
That's God damn it. Those are the best jokes. When you get upset because they're right there, you just didn't find it.
Well, that's one of those ones that I'm like, oh, how do I do that easily?
Like, oh,
like, that's
that looks fun.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
It's like you didn't have to paint a scenario. It's just like it's just a perfect joke.
There was no. So the other day I was So recently I read an article about just bippity boppity right to the meat.
Yeah.
Meat of the joke.
Yeah, I've told so many people that joke in the last week.
They're like, Tom, please stop. Why do you relate so much to this joke? Why did this really stick in your head, Tom?
You just love to hear a great joke every once in a while.
I mean, that took you 15 seconds to tell, 10 seconds?
Yeah, and it's better than anything in my whole act.
And it just absolutely, that boy is prolific. Very prolific man. He's unfortunately a very talented person.
All right, moving on from unsolicited praise. I was at a wedding in Nashville this weekend.
Okay.
And
Nashville stinks. Culture's gone out of Nashville. It's just a bunch of
just drunk hordes of drunk women just running around. This is
speaking of genius jokes.
I was just
speaking of a joke that gets right to the meat. How about 4 minutes of setup?
How about we establish how I feel about Nashville first? Man.
Can I interest you in two large pieces of bread for a thin slice of ham, Tom? Okay, go ahead. You're at a wedding in Nashie.
I might have had the time of my life in Nashville. Nashville is fun.
Paint me a little picture. We got a college friend, high school friend, family.
College friend, college roommate, post-college roommate. I was in the wedding.
Oh, let's go. Okay.
Groomsmen. I looked amazing. I mean, I just looked awesome.
What tuxedos, or was it like casual suit kind of a sitch?
Light blue suits.
That's what I'm talking about. Tuxedos are out.
We're out on tuxes. What are we doing?
Done.
We're not fooling anyone. None of us own land. Honestly, millennials shouldn't be allowed to wear tuxes. Well, because we can't do any of that old rich people stuff that they were doing in tuxes.
If you wear a tuxedo with tails,
oh God!
I mean, what are you doing?
If someone of our generation wears a tuxedo with tails, it's because they're like a front door guy at a nice hotel.
yeah. Yeah, they will be valeting your car.
Yeah, it's no longer a sign of excellence.
A sign of excellence. So it's an outdoor wedding then, right? It's giving outdoor.
It's giving the woods. No, it was in a church.
Okay.
Not a Catholic wedding, but kind of a mix. Kind of like a religious ceremony, but
like one of the chill ones.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. Like the music was good,
Like, hey, look, we believe in Jesus and stuff, but like he's not like our main guy.
No, we don't want to do all that.
Yeah, we're not gonna do all that stuff.
It's our wedding day. We're not gonna go.
Hey, when they were kneeling at the altar, I don't know if they did that or not. Did somebody do the hilarious thing and write like "help me" on his shoes?
Oh no, but they also didn't kneel. So maybe someone did, and then they didn't kneel.
They were like,
and then that guy's in the back.
Fuck.
You should have just written on it on his back.
He's just nudging his pals the whole time. He's like, just wait until they kneel at the altar. They're like, no, this isn't like a normal Catholic mass.
God, shit.
Fucking sucks.
Cooper, kneel for a second.
Kneel for a quick second, dude. Please. I need this at your wedding.
This was a very funny moment. We're walking up, groom goes up first with he walks his parents up. and then the groomsmen start coming in with the bridesmaids, and all the groomsmen were giving hugs, up there, and
Quick dap and then the hug, right?
well, he had a broken wrist, so we just had to go full hug.
Full hug. Okay.
No
that's
dap, because he wasn't wearing the wrist cast because he's like, it's my wedding, but don't dap me up, please.
Sure.
Which was hard because that's exactly what it is.
That's the move.
It's a quick dap, big hug.
Love you, dude. Congrats on everything.
That's exactly. Love you, brother. And so I hug, and then we line up, and the groomsman next to me just goes, he watches a couple more, and then he just goes, fuck, I missed the hug. I'm like, what? He's like, I didn't hug. I go, no hug. It felt so Larry David or Seinfeld, like, no hug. Like,
so, I mean,
do?
he pretty much just walked up there and chunked him a deuce and walked it back in line.
I'm saying, I'm like, what
Peace,
did
bro.
you do? And he's like, I don't know, actually. I think I just said, hey.
I don't think I acknowledged his existence at all.
Hey, what's up, man?
This is all, I don't know, it's pretty nice.
And now he's going, do I pop back in there? And it's the dun, 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 dun. It's the lead up to the bride showing up. And I was like, don't. And he's like, I'm going to. And I was like, dude, really don't. And now people in the first two pews are looking at us like, what are you guys talking about?
This is classic wedding shenanigans.
Yeah. I'm like, shut up, dude. And he's like, all right, fuck, did I miss it? I'm like, the bride is entering the church.
It's gone.
She can't be walking up the aisle and you run up and give him a hug, because he's 7 groomsmen deep too.
Well, also the groom doesn't even know where he's at.
Yeah.
He's not going, what the fuck, Brent? No hug?
No hug from Wes?
What the fuck?
Oh man, it was really making me laugh though, because it was so Larry David. He's like, I missed the hug. I was like,
well, what's gonna suck is that non-hug is recorded for all of eternity.
Yeah, he's gonna think about the non-hug.
Because that one's on wax. That one's on there.
Yeah.
Tom, how was your speech?
So here's the beauty of being a stand-up comedian is I wasn't giving a speech. I was doing.
How about a toast? Can I get a toast?
I wasn't giving a speech. I was turning in some absolute heat. I was like, I was not supposed to do anything. And then at like 3 a.m. on Thursday, the first night we get there, the sister of the groom, she's helping put together some of the stuff for the welcome party or the rehearsal dinner. Sorry, on Friday, and she's like, "Hey, can you MC the rehearsal dinner?"
Big.
And I'm like, yeah, sure. And like, I don't know. I didn't know what that entailed. You know what it is? All it is, you forget how scared people are of
to speak.
Public speaking.
Oh, yeah.
Like obviously, I only hang out with comedians basically. And so it's like, you just don't think about it. But like, I mean, this is only a 40-person rehearsal dinner. We had some real stage fright going on here. So
Tom, I had to get up at a wedding one time. Lizzie was like, you have to say something, because nobody would get up.
Oh, yeah. Was it like the open toast portion?
Yes. Everybody was just going, and I was there with Lizzie. This is her good friend.
Oh, my God, dude. What'd you say? Like, hey, anyone ever been to Nashville? The culture is gone from Nashville.
And I'm like, yeah, these chicks know what I'm talking about. They're like, oh, this feels pre-planned. No, you just get up there and you riff and rap, but people are absolutely petrified. It's a Seinfeld joke.
I don't know it.
People's number one fear is public speaking. Number 2 is death, which means if you're at a funeral, you'd rather be in the casket than giving the eulogy.
That's really great.
Heat.
Yeah, that's pretty flawless logic.
Pretty heat. Okay,
yeah,
so you hit the MC button.
So I'm going like full. I don't know how to MC, because I just realized I was like, I've only ever seen like the wedding DJs MC these things, and
right.
I don't really like how they do. They're just kind of douchey always. So I go kind of like full comedy show, like I'm hosting.
Love that. Yeah.
So I wrote down a couple lines here and there that I've got that I can, I don't have to throw in if the room's hot, but if I need to bring it back up, I got a couple. And then it ended up being kind of a hot room. People were doing well, which I felt some pride in.
Well, hey, that's a testament to good hosting, Tom.
Exactly.
You set them up nicely.
The show's not about me. It's like I really teed them up.
It's about setting up other people for success.
Yes.
Were you doing time in between each
couple riffs?
Groomsmen? Yeah.
I kept. What was fun is I realized it in the middle of it. It was the first time I'd ever called my friends' parents by their first names.
Ooh, that always feels goofy.
Because I was introducing them as I was like, let's give it up for the mother of the groom, Molly Cohen, you guys, and I realized it in the middle of it, so I had a fun couple lines on that. I'm like, getting a little cocky with it, and it was so fun, but it made me realize at the start of it, I was getting some weird vibes from one of the members of the party. And I was like, man, are they mad at me for some reason? I'm like, did I do something last night?
Oh, no. Let me guess. They're fully in their head terrified.
Pooping their pants about the speech they have to give. It was the father of the group.
I mean, dude, they're up there doing brand new on the biggest show of their life.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
That's like you going to Montreal and they're like, we do need 5 of brand spanking right now.
Yeah, now take out scroll deep in the notepad and just whip out some of those guys.
Yeah, those kind of half fleshed out premises. That's what we want from you today.
That's all we want.
You're gonna be pacing around that room.
That was it was fun, and it felt like, I don't know. I've felt when I've given speeches at weddings before that people are like, "Oh, comic," so this is gonna be good. It felt more so at this one. I was like, I'm being useful. This is my skills.
Providing a service.
This is how I can really help out the wedding.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's
fun.
The
best.
And people cooked, and then I gave a little one because I didn't have to use all my riffs, so I just turned those riffs into a little toast at the end.
People are going, this guy is nonstop.
Man, he's got some lines.
This guy's just got a fucking bag full of hammers in his pocket, and he's killing us with them.
It was very, very fun.
Tom, tell me this. Is there any set you've had that felt better than absolutely crushing a rehearsal dinner?
Maybe my brother's best man speech, yeah. But
right?
Those two, yeah. I mean, because it's out of context, but it is set up like a show.
Yes, and people are like, you need it. You need it, because somebody's got to do the girls are going to get up and go, oh, we met sophomore year of college. I was so alone. And then we met and we were best friends ever since then. And then another guy's going to get up and he's nervous. So he's going to kind of cry a little bit.
Yeah. The kind of verge of tears. And then he didn't rehearse this one enough.
Yeah. He thought he had the pillars of it. And he's like, oh, I can just swing between these pillars. But then he gets nervous and he kind of starts choking up, and then he just ends it, and he's like, I just love you, dude. I just love you so much.
I love the ones that realized they didn't have an end, and then they're like, and so with that, let's go ahead and raise our glasses.
Let's just toast these two right now. But then you need the guy that gets up with a heater.
Yeah, I kept it very brief.
Do 5, get out of there.
Oh, I did a minute and a half of my toast.
Minute and a half.
Because I wasn't a planned toast, so I kicked off the open mic portion. I go,
okay.
All right, those were all the pre-planned speeches. We're gonna pass the mic now. I'll give you guys a minute to get your courage up. I'll say a couple things.
Smart.
Yeah.
Tom, you provided a huge service at this wedding. This rules.
I felt very useful. It felt really. It feels good to feel useful. Half the time at these weddings, people are just like, "So are you? Yeah, it's full time then, huh?"
I mean, traveling a lot, getting some good opportunities, and okay.
All right, well, why don't I get this round? Because
what's the roommate situation?
I literally I was buying someone a drink. This is a kid who is younger than me. And he goes, I'm like, we've known each other for a long time. And I'm like, oh, I'll get this next one. And he goes, are you sure? I have steady income. And I was like, hey, I'll kill you right now.
You ever been killed with somebody's bare hands? Has that ever happened to you?
You ever had taken a credit card across the throat?
Interesting. You ever felt 2 thumbs pressed against your throat really hard?
I was so mad. But really, truly, it doesn't matter unless you're Unless you're like world famous, people think you're such a piece of shit in this business.
It's honestly kind of fair though.
It is. It sounds insane. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing Madison next week, and then the Dania Beach Improv.
And that means they don't even Dania Beach. What? What? They're like, oh, you're going to Florida to do some improv. Okay. I thought I don't know what's happening. Let me get this round.
I'll get this round, dude. Put
you
that
are so poor. Dude, I had to give a speech one time at a wedding where it was the father of the bride, the mother of the groom, best man, and me.
What was your relation?
Friend. I was an usher. They tossed me ushy status, and then was like, "Oh, by the way, can you say something at the rehearsal dinner?" And
usher is so rude because it's
disrespectful.
It's like, hey, you're not a groomsman, but do you want to work?
Yeah.
Do you want to work the wedding?
You're my top 22 of friends. Do you want to seat people and look like a moron for 2 hours? There's the thing. After a certain age, I don't think you're allowed to be an usher anymore.
No, yeah, it is a good recent college friend. Wait, so how'd this speech go?
Oh, I mean, I just cleaned up, had a nice shower session the night before, just fucking destroyed this room. And then the father had to get up after me, and I was like, yeah, you like that shit, idiot.
Good luck following that. Congrats on the big day.
Congrats. Didn't mean to ruin whatever lame shit you're about to say.
And you buried the father of the bride. Brutal.
Absolutely torched this man, and then I sat there and drank 37 Miller Lights.
Classy wedding.
I had a real time.
Wait, this is I got to tell this story. This was wild. This is the craziest thing that happened in Nashville. The groom is like an Ironman athlete. He's like so a big part of his thing, he's like, wedding day, I want to do a little 5K with whoever will participate. But if you're a groomsman, you got to participate. You know, you got to
5K. You can knock out 5K.
Oh yeah, I run almost every day. I got no problems with it. The problem is I was up till 4 a.m. drinking 37 Miller Lights the 2 nights before that.
Classy wedding.
Makes it harder to get up at 9 o'clock for a 5K. And but anyways, we get up, we all get out there. My parents are in town for the wedding because they're good friends with them. So my parents are doing this run too. And we're out running around Nashville, just running around. and my mom is running about 50 feet ahead of me. She strikes up conversation with one of the other groomsmen. They had met before, maybe, and it's like, pretty bland conversation. So it might rain later. Yeah. My mom turns sideways to talk to him. Next thing I know, I'm about 50 feet behind my mom. She is leaning over, and there is blood pouring out of her forehead. She had run into a street sign that was sideways, and it cut open her forehead in a big way. Like, I
couldn't see the street sign. It was at that like perfect angle where it was just a millimeter thin.
Yes, it's like invisible.
Holy shit!
It doesn't have. Don't you have a bad feeling like picturing this?
Yes, I'm a very squeamish man. I don't like blood. I don't like any of that. I'm getting a little tingle in my body. I hate this.
Buckle up on this empty stomach coffee that you're having right now.
Oh God!
Because it was yes, she. So I run up there, but I guess from his point of view, he told me this later. I get up there. I mean, he looks like he just got back from Nam, the groomsman who was right next to her, because apparently she went down, like grabbed her forehead, and he was like, "Oh my God, what happened? Are you okay?" And she was like, "I think I'm fine." Takes her hand off, and it just goes full blood, like all over her face.
Well, I mean, like she didn't like fall over. It wasn't like a wah 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 when she hit the whatever it was.
This is my hero of the week. She's an absolute warrior. She's like, because now me and my dad have caught up. There's like a few other doctors there, and I'm counting myself as one of them.
Sure.
And and she's like standing up still. Obviously, we're like lay down, whatever, because it looks bad. It's like a lot of blood. If you cut your forehead, it bleeds.
Head wounds are always bleeding like crazy. Can you see her skull?
I think, I don't know, maybe a little bit. I saw the split pretty good. And she's like, "Is it bad?" And I was like, "It's fine."
I mean, how is it like half inch? How big is this thing? An inch?
About an inch, maybe a little longer.
God.
And it was I was spooked because like, I mean, me and the groomsman who he was right next to her, he said the same thing. He's like, you just don't want your parents getting hurt. You know?
Yeah, like if that happened to anybody else, he'd have been like, oh
idiot.
Shit. Yeah. But your mom, you're like, please don't die. Please, I haven't gotten the validation I need from you yet. Please don't die.
Exactly. I haven't even gotten anything out of Montreal yet. So it was a
your dad hit the stitch
to
button?
the wedding day. Dude, this is my, I'm just zero of the week might go to my dad. I mean, he really doesn't deserve it, but he, for my entire life, has traveled everywhere with his suture kit. He loves stitching people up in the wild. I've seen him do it to strangers. He didn't bring it to Nashville.
Incredible.
I mean, he goes,
I mean, to be fair, he wouldn't have had it on the 5K.
No, but right back to the hotel. We're a 5-minute Uber from the hotel.
True.
And so we went back to the hotel. They got their insurance stuff, went to urgent care. It was fine. She got stitched up. She made it out to the wedding. She hit the dance floor. She's the hero of the week right there.
Also, I mean, she didn't have to worry about any awkward convos at the wedding or like searching for something to say. She's got instant convo starter right there.
She hates that. She hates the attention for that.
Well, I mean, people are going to be like, hey, what'd you do to your face? What happened here?
What was kind of crazy is she's got bangs. She kind of covered it by the wedding.
She does rock the bangs.
Yeah, she's banged up. And so she, that's not what that means. So it doesn't set in because like then it sets in and you go like full black eye, but that doesn't happen the day of.
So she kind of squeaked out
for the wedding. Yeah.
Incredible move.
Yeah, it was wild, but it's so stressful. I was so stressed out to start the day because I'm like, oh, my mom's gonna die on my best friend's wedding day.
I love this. I love that your mom sustains a massive head wound, and you're like, I was so stressed out.
I think I was more stressed than she was.
Oh God, wild. Yeah, my mom was bleeding from her face, and I just couldn't stop thinking, this is affecting me a lot.
I'm like, I emceed last night. This was going to be a big day for me.
So my big plan today was people were all going to be talking about what a great job I did last night. And now they're going to talk about how my mom just absolutely plowed into a stop sign. What kind of sign was it? How low is this sign?
It was a parking sign. It was just sideways.
Oh, God. I mean, where was she on the
we're jogging.
Was she right off the street? She's right off the street.
Right off the street. And you know what she thinks happened is she's right behind a group of people. They probably all like stepped around it.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things that you just don't see it at the last second. And she turned. I mean, that's what Eric, the groomsman, he was like, it wasn't even a good conversation yet. Literally all I said was, I think it's going to rain soon. I don't mind running in the rain. I mean, it sounds like a learning English,
it sounds like your mom kind of like saw that this conversation was going to be dog shit. And she was like, how do I get out of this?
she kamikazed it.
She was like, well, this won't hurt too bad.
Just runs full ahead on into it.
God, anything but the weather combo. I'll take 8 stitches over that. Surely Dr. Nick's got a suture kit. He always does. It'll be fine.
God.
Oh, my God.
Stuff, but she's an absolute champ. And
yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
Because people can really turn that in on themselves and be like, I just can't right now.
Yeah, she's the opposite. I know exactly that person that you're talking about.
Where it's just like too much. Just too much.
Yeah.
Shut up. Go to the wedding. Dance. Have fun.
It was awesome.
So the Iron Man, he did y'all have to like swim 8 miles and then bike?
Yeah, we did a triathlon. No, it was just a jog. But if he had it his way, we would have done a full triathlon and he would have won.
I forget where. I know I'm just quoting good jokes. I don't know why I'm doing this, but there's just a lot of topics that I remember.
The same thing.
It was like, in a triathlon, obviously a shark would beat me in the swimming, but then I would beat it in the running. So it's just going to come down to the bike ride.
That's fun. That's just stupid.
I mean, that's a good time on the internet right there, Tom.
Yeah, that's a good time.
So, anywho, the wedding went well. You meet any ladies? What was the ladies' sitch?
Wedding was good. Yeah, you flirted up with a bridesmaid or two. It's a fun time. Yeah, but I think what's funny is I'm always like, I talk about this on stage, but I fall in love at every wedding because it's like, it's just there's so much going on, and it's like situationally, like you become. I think. Like if you're one of the only if you're one of the only single guys and they're one of the only single girls, it's like, oh, so we're the two hottest people in the world, right? Well,
I mean, the sexual tension at a wedding is insane.
It's crazy.
Everyone's horned up. Everyone's looking to get banged up at a wedding.
Yeah,
because it's spring break mentality. It's like it's not reality. You get to live in this like other realm for a little while, and you're like, this is great. You're like so fun and like nice. And then the moment the wedding's over and you're packing up, you're like, what was that person's name again?
Yeah, it's summer camp.
It's summer camp. Yes, it's the same thing.
2-day summer camp where you're like, because like it's exciting because like Friday you see everyone and you're like, all right, what's the scouting report? Who's doing what? Yeah. And then,
did you get smoochy face? You smooch anybody or what?
I won't kiss and tell.
That's a no.
It's a hard no. I stayed with my best friend in a hotel room.
Well, you know me. I don't like to kiss it. No, I didn't mean
well, you know me. I was splitting a king bed with my friend. So
you know how that one goes.
So yeah, I mean, I'll let you put 2 and 2 together there, Tim. I mean, the worst ever is one time I had to make the walk of shame back across an entire resort in the suit.
In your suit.
And
were you at least carrying your shoes? Classic walk of shame.
Well, her whole family was at breakfast already.
Oh, no.
And I'm going full 007 to get around this facility. And guess what? I did it.
Oh, that's huge.
But it's so stressful. I'm like, this is so unnecessary.
All right, hold on. One last quick wedding story, and then we got to get out of here. How about this, Tom? Riddle me this shit. I went to a wedding, and speaking of tuxedos at weddings, me and like 4 or 5 of my friends were all asked to wear tuxedos.
Okay.
But we were not in the wedding. So we were just like guys in tuxedos.
And you had to rent a tuxedo for this?
Mm-hmm. And we were just straight up. So we were like, hey, like we have to sit together because I can't just be. Where's Waldo?
I'm wearing a clown suit right now.
So we all like had to sit together. Like what the girls were with, we're like, y'all gotta go. We all have to sit together near the front. There was like no plan for us.
Okay.
And so we just had to go up there. So we had like some ounce of dignity because then everyone's just going, tuxedo?
Tuxedo guys.
What are you wearing a tux for? And I'm like, oh, well, like that guy over there is. And like also so is he. So
it's not just me.
It's not just me.
I'm not weird. I'm not in trouble at all.
I'm not. We're like super good friends with the groom. But, so you're in the wedding. Well, no.
No, but he did ask us to spend more money on the wedding than anyone else.
We definitely had to pay to travel here and stay in hotels and get gifts, and then he wanted to talk the tuxedo on top of that. So yeah, we're having a fun time. That was just I've never heard of that or seen that.
I would that sounds like some Southern bullshit.
I don't even know it's that. It's just bullshit.
I would just say no.
Well, we were like, wait, are we in the wedding? And then we get there, and the wedding planner, she's like, okay, so you got this guy going over here, you got this, and then we're all just standing there, and she's like, so
what's going on?
Who are you guys?
You guys can head out. We don't need you here yet.
And we were literally just guys in tuxedos at a wedding. It's
so funny. It's kind of a good prank.
It's kind of an all-time prank.
I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna need you to wear a red suit.
Dude, if you don't think I've thought about this for 10 years and I'm just going to do it to him, I'm like, yeah, I just would love it if you'd show up in a tux. That'd be great. And no one else.
Yeah, because you're not doing a black tie wedding.
It's going to be cash as hell until he shows up with fucking gloves and tails on.
You're on the altar in jeans.
I'm like, this fucking guy. Oh God!
Before he's like, Tim, will you repeat your vows after me? And you're like, yeah, but real quick, everyone just take a look at Jimmy real quick.
Can we get a shout out right over here to my boy in a tuxedo for no reason? This has been 10 years in the making. I'm still so upset that you did that to us.
Worth it.
Worth it. All right, Tom, we
gotta go. This comes out tomorrow. I'll be in Florida, and then Minnesota. We're coming your way next week. Me, Tim, and Jeff Asmus.
Against all odds, I will be there.
Yes. Come see us. We love you guys.
He married my sister, now we're living together. We're roommates in